Hey guys, I'm Naomi Chalamhango. Thank you so much for joining me today. Welcome to Conversation Tuesdays. So today we're talking about when things get hard. What do we do when things get hard? I think, especially when you're dating or you get married, you quickly realize that the person you're with is totally different from you. So you've grown up in two different families, obviously. You've had different types of siblings, or maybe one's an only child and then the other person has siblings. You just have different situations, and with that comes different experiences. So generally, you probably handle things differently. Now, when these two different people come together and they're getting close, it's very easy to step on each other's toes. So things do get hard in a relationship. And aside from that, life sometimes will also just throw really hard things at you that may really be hard to deal with. Um, and so this is why I think it's important to have a conversation about what do you do when things get hard. And you don't have to just ask it like that. You can find a more creative and better way of asking it. But personally, I once asked someone such a question, and I asked them, have you ever had to deal with something that's really hard? And how did you respond to it, right? And I'm just going to give you a personal story, a different time when I had such a conversation with somebody else. So there's somebody that was pursuing me for some time, hey? And I had seen a few red flags here and there, and I was like, okay, I need to find out something because I'm trying to piece some pieces together. So, and I asked him, I'm like, how do you deal with hard things? If something happens and it's just confusing and really hard, how do you respond? And I mean, in a heartbeat, this person just says, I buy a six-pack of alcohol and I drown my sorrows. And that felt really, I'm like, oh, okay. And when I got back home and I was thinking about it, I was thinking about what do I want for my future? What type of person am I looking at? How do I want to solve issues with my partner? And that just wasn't it. And that's how I decided and just was very open with the person and said, I don't think we're fit. I don't think we're a match. And I think it's really important for us to understand that. And truth be told, there's times when life will throw really hard things at you, and sometimes you act out of character. There's times when that happens. But if one of the first things you tell me is, oh, I'm going to drown my sorrows, that for me means I'll probably not be able to sort out hard things with this person. One of the things I do when things get hard is I seek help. Guys, I am a big believer in therapy. If you've watched prior videos, you do understand I'm such a big believer when it comes to therapy. When you can't find answers, seek the help that you need. So I think it would be a really good conversation to have. What do you do when things get hard? Because it's not an issue of if things get hard, it's when things get hard. We live in a world that can be really crazy sometimes. So I think that would be a good place to start. I would like to know, how would you ask that question? How would you start the conversation with someone? And do you think this is something important to have a conversation about? Yeah, thank you so much for watching this episode of Conversation Tuesday. I will see you in the next video. Please do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe.